Good day, friends. I am right before you to share some personal experiences on the journey to learning and to succeeding and to finding alternative means of succeeding. We all go through a learning process. जैसा हम हिंदी में बोलते हैं, पढ़ाई एक तपस्या है. It is very, very effortful, strenuous. And unless you put genuine efforts, you cannot succeed. Now, I want to share my personal experience and my own model of how I look at this journey of learning and about people who want to get to becoming masters of any field. It could be an IAS, it could be a PCS, it could be getting a job in MNC, it could be becoming a wealth advisor, to a banking expert, to a teacher. Right? Now you want to really succeed. So my model is very simple. We are all social animals and we have to operate in an ecosystem, right? So I'm not touching geography at this point as to where you are based, but let's look at things very simplistically. So you are at the center. Who all are impacting you? Who all have an influence over you, direct or indirect, right? So to start with, you have a family. Most of our traits which get developed over a period of time, which could be the way we speak, the way we interact, the way we make friends, the way we behave, the words we choose, our etiquettes, our hygiene behaviors, all come from the nurturing we have all got. From the family we come. So there's a very nice saying. They say the fruits do not fall too far away from the tree. और दूसरी हमारी हिंदी में कहावत है कि भाई आपने आम बोया तो आम खाओगे, अमरूद बोया तो अमरूद खाओगे, right? So whatever seeds you sow is what you will reap, right? And the saying which says fruits don't fall too far away from the tree, it means the traits which you have, the fruit has, is actually identifiable to the tree from which it belongs, right? So family is one of the most important aspects which can help you motivate yourself and become better at what you do. I'll explain how. Next is the friends. I'm so sorry. Next is the friends you have. Very interestingly, this topic of friends. They say friends have such strong influence over you, possibly nobody else has. And here we have a choice to make. Family is a given. आपको एक फैमिली मिलती है, आप चूज नहीं करते. बट फ्रेंड्स आप चूज करते हो किसके साथ दोस्ती बढ़ाओगे, किसके साथ नहीं बढ़ाओगे. एंड व्हेन आई से फ्रेंड्स हैव वेरी स्ट्रॉन्ग इन्फ्लुएंस, मैं इसको आपको एक छोटे से शेयर में सुनाता हूं ताकि मैं इस बात को एक्सप्लेन कर सकूं. व्हाई फ्रेंड्स हैव सच स्ट्रॉन्ग इन्फ्लुएंस. तो कहते हैं पीता था मैं. हियर मैं मीन्स शराब एंड ऑल्सो मैं मीन्स मी. पीता था मैं, उसने छुड़ा दी अपनी कसम देकर. सो यू हैड अ गर्लफ्रेंड एंड शी put her own whatever, spread on her own head and you left drinking. तो आपने मैं पीना छोड़ दी क्योंकि आपकी गर्लफ्रेंड ने आपको अपनी कसम दिला दी. Now comes the friend. बैठा था महफिल में, बैठा था महफिल में, दोस्तों ने पिला दी उसकी कसम देकर. The world comes round. So it says you were sitting in a gathering and the friends sweared on the head of your girlfriend and you started drinking again. So imagine the kind of influence friends have. So it's very important to choose and have a right bucket of friends. This was given, you were born into a family. This you're choosing and you're making friends, right? Then is very important bucket of efforts. There is nothing like putting self-efforts. Unless you put efforts and a quantum difference. And this can be also seen very clearly in politics. जो नेता अपने कॉन्स्टिट्यूएंसी के लिए जम के काम करता है, उसको वहां से हटाना बहुत डिफिकल्ट होता है, वो किसी भी पार्टी का हो, किसी भी धर्म का हो, राइट? इट कैन बी सीन इन स्पोर्ट्स. A good player you will never see has not put efforts. Sachin Tendulkar's son might not become Virat Kohli, and Virat Kohli's son might not become the next Virat Kohli. It's individual's effort which takes in places. So this is extremely important, and I'll give you a little breakup as well. Last but not the least, coaching. And why is coaching important? Because you do not know everything. You can read everything. You can try and understand most of it, but you do not know where to look for and which is the mechanism to reach. And hence, this comes in handy, right? Now let's look at buckets. And all this is about how you can keep yourself motivated and achieve your goals, right? So I started with family, right? First thing you should do is share. As soon as you start sharing things with your family, and at the same time, be honest. If you are truthful, if you're honest, if you're genuine, and you share with your family your achievements, your difficulties, your issues, one, you are getting it away from your own mind, own ecosystem. It's like your problems are given away. आपने अपनी मम्मी को, अपनी एल्डर सिस्टर को बताया, आज मैं बहुत थक गया हूं. उन्होंने बोला, हाँ बेटा, आप तो बहुत मेहनत कर रहे हो, बड़े आपके खुद के लिए है. Once you have said this, it's gone. You are recharged. You can work again, work harder. कई बार आप देखते हो, आप डॉक्टर के पास जाते हो, आपने बोला बुखार है, उसने चेक कर लिया, आपको आधा बुखार चला जाता है. Because you have given it away. So, very important. Share, be honest, seek blessings. कई बार हम अपनी अंधी दौड़ में लोगों से blessings लेना भूल जाते हैं. You know what blessings do? When you seek blessings, one, you cut away your ego. You start seeking somebody else's, I would say, positive energy for you to succeed. And when seniors, elders really bless you from their heart, it really impacts. It cannot be scientifically proven possibly, but it works. At least for me, it worked. And that's what I wanted to bring to forth, right? Let's look at the second bucket, which is friends. So I say, be with the leader. Yeah. Sorry, I wrote it 2 times. Let me write it again. So, be the leader. Or with the leader. What does it mean? It means you will find different people have knack for different things. So if you're studying physics, there's somebody who's really good at physics. Or let's take example of chemistry, and you are very good at chemistry. So possibly you are the leader in chemistry. Very good. But if you're not the leader in physics, if you're not the leader, then be with the leader. If you stick to the leader, make friends with the leader, you have no choice but to learn. I'll give you another example to clarify this hypothesis of mine. If you are a sports person and say you play table tennis, right? If you keep playing with the people whom you beat at the game, जिसको आप हमेशा हरा देते हो, your game will never improve. It will either remain at the level at which it is, or it will start dropping. But if you play with players who beat you at your game, आपको थोड़ा झुंझलाहट होगी, you will be not so happy about it, but the game will start improving. Why? Because your skills are being challenged every game. You will try to beat, right? And you will start improving because you see new techniques, new methods used by your opponent who's better than you. So, when you are with the leader, and if you have made friends with them, you will start improving. And thereby, you will feel motivated. Oh my God, I'm improving. I'm becoming better, right? And that there's no motivation like motivating yourself. And that by performing. Be with people who are aspiring. To me, this is very important because unless you make friends who have aspirations, they will pull you down. Forget it, yeah, I'm not able to do it. Let it go. But if you are with people who are aspiring, who really want to make a dent and a mark in society, in the education institute, in the board, you will become better. If you become better, they will motivate you. Man, you can do it. Come on, let's do it. Let's try together. Let's study together. So, be with the aspiring ones. And the last quality you must imbibe, humility. Irrespective of which field you are, if you are humble, if you are willing to accept things which you don't know, if you are willing to learn from others, you will start growing at an accelerated pace. Humility is a mark of a good learner and eventually a good leader. A leader speaks less, listens more. That's humility to me. So I explained you the bucket of family, friends. Very important, right? This comes a given and this you choose. Be very smart when you make your friends. Let's look at efforts now. As I said in the start of my talk, without efforts, you just cannot succeed. So what I mean here is, how can you do it, right? How can you put efforts in the right way? To start with, I say self-commitment. What it means is, what you commit to yourself, stand by it. Don't go by what your teacher has asked you to do, what your mother has asked you to do, what your girlfriend has asked you to do. Self-commit. If you think 50 hours of studies a week is good, as per yourself, because you know, this is my standard, this is where I want to go, and 50 hours will get me there. It's your own estimate. Stick to 50 hours. Excuse me. If you have committed 60 hours, you better do 60 hours. So they say being on time or being punctual is not for somebody else. It's for what you committed to yourself. You are doing that, right? And hence my last point here, it is for you. You are at this level and you want to go here. This quantum of effort, you will have to judge how much is required, when it is required, how will I do it. When I say find your mojo, what I mean is, all of us are differently wired. I like studying early in the day. There are kids, or maybe you, who like studying post midnight. The people who like studying in the evening. Find your mojo. There is a time clock in your body at which your performance peaks. You are at your best. So find your mojo. Do you see yourself being really high performing with the music or in pin drop silence? You make a choice. Are you really good when you're doing study in a group, or you're very good studying yourself? There could be subjects where you really enjoy group work, and there are subjects where you want to learn by yourself. Find your own mojo, stick to it, do a self-commitment. It is for you. Last, most important one, no distractions. When you are putting efforts, any distraction is not any distraction. It impacts your efforts in a double dip manner. I'll give you an example. You were studying a subject, You were going through it. You had planned to do 5 hours, and suddenly you decide, okay, I'm not liking it. It's very tough. It's very boring. Let me watch a movie, right? Only for half an hour. Now you've watched a movie of suspense for half an hour. You go back to studies, but your brain is diverted, distracted, thinking, what happened there? Yeah? As soon as this happens, your efforts, optimization drops, your efficiency drops. So what you could have covered in 2 hours, you might take 6 hours, and hence avoid distractions. And this you can do by how? Self-commitment. And this is for whom? It is for you. Nobody else benefits. You benefit. The last bucket, coaching. How's coaching helping me? Right? If these 3 buckets are working well, this is icing on the cake. This will take you places if you do these buckets right. Alone working on this might not. If you don't put efforts and you go to a good coaching, it's not going to help you. If you make wrong friends, it's not going to work. If you don't have supportive family, you have a great coaching and a lot of efforts, it might actually add to distractions. So there has to be a balance, right? In coaching, if you have done these buckets right, you have done self-commitment, you have read well, you've prepared before your session, start asking. Now you have learned 80% by yourself and you are asking to clarify 20%. Very quickly you will be able to get your answers and your learning will proceed very fast. Clarify. This 80% you have done. But maybe check if you are not 100% confident with the professor, with the teacher, with the coach. If this is my understanding, is it correct? Clarify. And thereby seal your learning to the next level. Seek guidance based on evidence and experience. These people who are coaching you, teaching you, explaining you have multitude of years or decades of experience. Seek their experience with humility. If you really ask them with humility, say, sir, can you help me? How to do about this? This is where I have done it. You will get a lot of experience-based guidance, and this will again help you improve your efficiency. If you improve your efficiency and you put same amount of effort, what will happen? Results will improve. Connect to the best. And when I say, try and reach out to the seniors, to the people who have really performed, who have succeeded in what you are trying to achieve. Seek their inputs. It's one of the best ways of not reinventing the wheel. And when I say reach out to your seniors, for people who have succeeded, but also to seniors who did not succeed, but took alternative options. Thereby, you can motivate yourself saying, okay, I'll give it my best. I want to aspire, but if I don't hit this, there's no love lost. I have an alternative option. And hence, this is the ecosystem in which you are operating. And if you take best use of all of these, my own feel is you will do better than what you're doing today. You will do better by the day. And God bless you, you will succeed. So God bless, have a good day and a good year ahead. Thank you very much. Namaskar.